What happens if you connect a neutral wire to the ground? Welcome. In this session, we'll explore what happens if you connect a neutral wire to the ground wire, why it's dangerous, and the risks it creates for electrical safety. Introduction. Connecting a neutral wire to the ground outside the main electrical panel may seem harmless, but it is actually very hazardous. It can put unexpected voltage on the ground wire, which increases the risk of electric shock, can damage equipment, and may even lead to fire hazards. Grounding versus neutral. Let's understand the difference between grounding and neutral. The ground wire is a safety feature. It provides a low resistance path for fault current to safely travel into the earth, tripping a breaker in the process. The neutral wire, however, is part of the current's return path to the source. These two wires serve very different purposes, and that's why they should only be connected at the main service panel. Ground faults. When neutral and ground are connected in the wrong place, it can create ground faults. In such cases, current may flow through unintended paths. This could energize metal parts of appliances or electrical systems, creating a dangerous shock hazard. Safety concerns. Improper connections can also lead to what's called a floating neutral. This means the neutral voltage is no longer stable relative to ground. As a result, appliances may malfunction, there's an increased chance of overheating, and both fire and shock hazards become more likely. GFCI issues. If your system uses GFCIs, or ground fault circuit interrupters, connecting neutral and ground outside the main panel can cause major issues. The GFCI may trip unnecessarily, or worse, fail to trip during a real fault. This completely negates its protective function. Code violations. It's also important to note that connecting neutral and ground outside the main panel is against electrical codes. These codes exist to ensure safety. Violating them can lead not only to fines and penalties, but also to dangerous conditions. Potential for fire. In some cases, if a neutral wire touches the ground wire, it can cause a short circuit. This may lead to overheating, sparks, and potentially a fire, putting property and lives at serious risk. Summary. To summarize, neutral and ground are not interchangeable. They serve different purposes and should only meet at the main service panel. Connecting them elsewhere creates hazards, causes malfunctions, violates safety codes, and increases the risk of shock and fire. For safety, always follow proper grounding practices.